Rolling. I'm filming.
Sorry.
All right. So another unboxing. This one I'm really particularly excited about. This is the AERO 2020, and then maybe some other stuff that we got. So AERO non-lethal, and the reason I'm so excited about this right off the bat is we carry a variety of non-lethal, less than lethal, less lethal products. Different ones have different brandings. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, but in terms of less lethal products, you have like your typical pepper spray with your flip tops, which I prefer over the ones that switch over to the side. Kimber Pepper Blaster is a really cool and interesting product. We will only sell the ones that are not colored like firearms. So we do like the red and the yellow and the things like that, but that's a really cool product. And then we get to the Pepperball ones that have come on the market, and what happens is we get a lot of calls. So typically a customer will call us and say, hey, do you have the Byrna or the Saber Pepperball guns? And we say, yes, come on over. And then when they see them in person and they see how huge these are relative to an actual gun, they don't make the sale. So they're like, how do you expect me to use this thing and go jogging? And I'm like, I don't know, because it's massive. And the manual of arms is different than like a normal firearm. So enter the AERO 2020, which we're gonna do our unboxing. So between the various less than lethal or alternative to firearm products that we have a pretty good gamut here at Shot Tec, which I'm super excited about. They're coming out with a Kydex holster. But first up is this we call these a sleeve. At Shot Tec, we only sell stuff that we endorse, and so I had them include this. We're going to sort of get a feel for it. A holster should do 4 things. This, I don't know how many of the 4 it should do, but I think for the safe or for the car or for certain applications, taking out the trash or something like that, I think this holster sleeve thing will have its applications. And they told me that a Kydex one is coming out soon, which is like a hardened plastic. So this nylon holster sleeve thing I'm pretty excited about. Stuffing, let's see which one this is. This is... Oh, cool. These are the various cartridges. So we have a less than lethal class. We scheduled it at a stupid time, so I don't know if any people are showing up, but if you do, you may get the chance to shoot me or someone else with a pepper ball, an inert one. So these are the various cartridges. So this is a trainer power ball. Let's see. Focus to focus. Cool. So really excited about that, and we're going to have the various cartridges here. I think it's really important to, not every product makes the inert version of the real deal, and us being a simulation training center, we're going to start to marry products that have this inert trainer with the real deal, so that way we can better sell them. That's our product info. And then, okay, now we get into the meat and potatoes. There's nothing left in the box. And voila, we have our AERO thing. So I thought we ordered the alarm as well, but maybe we didn't. But here we go. So our plan is to have a whole less lethal retail area. I think as someone who works armed security and as an EMT and as a full-time use of force instructor and a firearms instructor and defense instructor here at Shot Tec, I think less lethals don't get enough attention. And so in our training, we can offer that. I'm going to take this phone call and then I'll be right back. Alright, so we're back. So, this is the box. I'm not going to get wrapped up around the non-lethal defense, the less than lethal, the less lethal. The bottom line is it's an alternative to firearm, and it's supposed to be that middle ground where where someone's not providing you a lethal and immediate threat, but is still a serious threat, you could use something like this. Or maybe you have moral, ethical differences, or maybe you're not psychologically conditioned to use lethal force even when applicable. Or maybe you want something to carry in the purse and you recognize that carrying a firearm in the purse is probably not a good idea. Or maybe you work somewhere and they don't allow for a firearm, but they turn a blind eye or would allow something like this. So the version that we opted for is sort of the upgraded version. Let's see what we got here. And there's a few reasons for that. So it comes in this like really nice case. So it's got a zipper. I could totally see myself like traveling with it in the protective case. So let's see, we also got a target. Bring the camera a little closer. Can I do that? No, I cannot. All right. Cool. That's the size of my hand, so start your training at AERO. So this is supposed to be 12 to 15 feet away. Nothing on the back side. It's pretty interesting. I don't know why it's not the full size target. Let's see this one. Okay, so different contrast. I dig it. Let's see what we got here. Here we go, the big reveal. Voila. Yeah, so this is sort of the bundle. All right, so this is pretty cool. So they do have various different things. They have like a pouch for this guy. They have the carrying case, which is this here. This is, I think, called the AIRO. Yeah, the AIRO, which is here. This is what we're most excited about. Trigger alert. Practice trigger without cartridge. All right, so in the box, it's on safe, and it is loaded, which is pretty interesting. And then I kind of assume it's probably the similar thing here. Oh no, this one's unloaded. And this is the cartridge that goes inside. Okay, so without reading the manual, I'm going to put this back. So that's pretty cool. Training does matter, and that's why we're excited about the product, because we want people to be able to use this in our simulator and actually engage with simulation scenario targets. And we'll be able to have on screen at Shot Tec when you're doing scenarios, the attacker or whoever will be able to react. So you'll now be able to use rifle, shotgun, handgun, baton, physically get engaged. Let's see, verbal commands, pepper spray, and now these pepper balls, which will be really, really cool. Okay, so we have our quick start guide, and then we have our things here. So I'm going to go through that. Let's see, quick start guide. I'm going to come around. Connect USB cable to power. So I'll probably do this in a separate video, sort of going through the quick start guide. But that is what's in your unboxing. One of the things that we were really excited about was like the unique trigger. Let's see about our laser. Does our laser turn on? Probably not. Safety. Oh, all right. So by flicking the safety off, the laser turns on. And yeah, so I'm really excited about, so I can fit about 2 fingers. I think a lot of people in the videos were doing bottom 2. But let's see, ambidextrous safety release. So I think most people around here would be excited about this product. And what I'm excited about in sort of comparison, and again, I'm a huge fan of Saber's products, but look at the difference in size in comparison. That's just bananas. That is a dramatic difference in size. In terms of the thickness, just because we're in our firearms retail display area. So this is the new Ruger RXM. And in terms of the thickness, it's not really any more thicker than, say, a typical Glock 19 or Ruger RXM. So if you have like concealed carry joggers or leggings or something like that, you'd certainly be able to do this. I think you'd be able to do this in a purse or off-body carry. We'll see how much that shakes out, but I'd much rather have that stuff in a less lethal in a bag than an actual firearm in a bag or in a purse. So we have like fanny packs and things. That you could totally, like the Lululemon style bag that you could totally, you know, rock that in. And yeah, man, that's really exciting. Oh, I bet this is the release. Okay, so voila. I think it's a very intuitive design. And let's see here. It's really interesting. It's electronically initiated as opposed to using a firing pin. Maybe it does use a firing pin? Oh, that's super interesting. So you can actually do a little bit of dry practice if you wanted, with or without the cartridges. So, huh. Well, that's super cool. I'm super excited. Anyway, AERO 2020, and we're gonna start selling these at Shot Tec. Oh, I almost forgot. Okay, hold on. So then we have our AIRO. It's kind of like a TV remote. It's a little thicker. So a little thicker than your AERO 2020, but those are probably your triggers or something like that. So safety. Maybe that's both, and that's one. I don't know. I'm gonna read the manual. And then the load, I'm assuming it's something over here. Huh. I'm gonna have to read the owner's manual on this guy. But you have plenty of options. It's kind of squishy. But I'm excited about both because I think they're very easy to carry. And it's not that you can carry them anywhere, obviously, but there's certainly less considerations than firearms. In most cases, that's an overgeneralization. Oh, let's see. We also have this area here. Whoa. And we have a ton of cartridges. So that is your active Pepperball. So that is super cool. Another trainer. That's Pepperball for the AIRO. There's our pouch for the AIRO. My phone's ringing.